Most men think attraction is about doing more. More compliments, more texting, more attention, more showing off, more trying to prove they are different. They believe if they can say the right line, wear the right outfit, send the perfect message, or act mysterious enough, they can make any woman want them. But that is exactly why they fail. Because women can feel when a man is trying too hard to be chosen. They can feel when his confidence is a performance, when his silence is fake, when his charm is borrowed, and when his entire energy is secretly asking one question: am I enough for you? A high-value man does not move like that. He does not enter a woman's life begging to be noticed. He does not chase validation like oxygen. He does not treat her beauty like a throne he must kneel before. He can admire a woman without losing his frame. He can desire her without becoming desperate. He can show interest without handing her control over his peace. And that is why his presence feels different. He is not trying to convince her that he is valuable. He is living in a way that makes his value difficult to ignore. This is what most men misunderstand about female psychology. A woman is not only attracted to what a man says, she is attracted to the energy behind what he says. She feels whether he is grounded or hungry. She feels whether he has direction or distraction. She feels whether his attention is intentional or cheap. She feels whether he is choosing her from strength or chasing her from insecurity. And once she feels that a man's world does not collapse around her reaction, curiosity begins. Because attraction grows when a woman senses that a man has depth, a life, standards, self-control, purpose, emotional discipline, a quiet strength that does not need to announce itself. He is warm but not weak, mysterious but not fake, kind but not easy to manipulate, interested but not dependent. He gives enough presence to be felt, but not so much that his attention becomes ordinary. In this video, we are going to break down the 9 things high-value men use to attract women naturally. Not tricks, not manipulation, not childish games. These are deeper traits that make a woman feel respect before she even understands why. You will learn why calm confidence is more powerful than loud confidence, why standards create desire, why purpose makes your attention more valuable, why emotional control makes you unforgettable, and why the man who does not need to chase often becomes the man she starts wondering about. Because the truth is simple. Women do not become deeply attracted to the man who tries hardest to impress them. They become attracted to the man whose presence makes them feel he is already complete without their approval. Before we start, a quick reminder. The real transformation doesn't happen on YouTube. It happens inside the community. If these videos have opened your eyes, what's inside will rebuild your mindset completely. It's not just a course, it's a brotherhood, a private space where men master attraction, emotional control, and the psychology of power. You don't join for a month, you join for life. Every future course, book, and lesson is yours forever. No subscriptions, no limits. Just one decision that changes your direction. If you're serious about growth, discipline, and purpose, click the link below. Join the community. Enroll once, grow forever. Let's dive in. Section 1. Calm confidence that does not beg to be seen. The first thing high-value men use to attract women is calm confidence that does not beg to be seen. This is not the loud confidence of a man who needs everyone to notice him. It is not arrogance, flexing, forcing attention, or trying to dominate every room. Real confidence is quieter than that. It is the energy of a man who does not need a woman's reaction to confirm his worth. He can speak with ease. He can stay silent without feeling invisible. He can show interest without looking desperate. He can be rejected without collapsing. And that emotional steadiness is what makes him different. Most men think confidence means proving. They try to prove they are funny, prove they are rich, prove they are strong, prove they are different, prove they have options. But the more a man tries to prove confidence, the more he often reveals insecurity. A woman can feel when a man is performing. She can feel when his jokes are not relaxed, but desperate. She can feel when his compliments are not generous, but needy. She can feel when his posture says, "Please validate me." A high-value man does not move with that hunger. His confidence comes from identity, not reaction. He knows who he is before she smiles. He knows where he is going before she approves. He does not shrink when she tests him, and he does not overexpand when she gives him attention. He remains balanced. And that balance creates attraction because it makes him feel emotionally safe, but still powerful. This kind of confidence makes a woman curious. She starts wondering why he is not trying too hard, why he does not rush, why his attention feels intentional, why he can be warm without becoming weak, why he can enjoy her presence without needing to possess it. That mystery comes naturally when a man is grounded in himself. So if you want to attract like a high-value man, stop trying to look confident and start becoming calm. Control your reactions. Respect your own presence. Speak less from insecurity and more from certainty. Do not chase the room. Let the room feel you. Because the man who begs to be noticed becomes noise. But the man who is calm enough not to need attention becomes the presence women remember. Section 2. Purpose that makes his attention valuable. The second thing high-value men use to attract women is purpose that makes their attention valuable. Because a man without direction can give a woman attention all day, but that attention often feels light. It has no weight behind it. It feels like free time, not real choice. But when a man has a mission, when his life has structure, when his days are filled with discipline, growth, work, goals, health, skills, and something bigger than chasing validation, his attention begins to feel different. It feels earned. It feels intentional. It feels like something he chose to give, not something he was desperate to spend. Most men lose attraction because they make a woman the center too early. Their routine changes around her replies. Their mood changes around her tone. Their focus disappears when she becomes distant. Their whole life starts orbiting around one question: does she like me? And once a woman feels that, the energy becomes heavy. She may enjoy the attention for a while, but she does not deeply respect the frame behind it because she can feel that his world is too easy to interrupt. A high-value man does not abandon his purpose for attraction. He can like a woman, desire her, and enjoy her presence, but his life does not collapse into waiting for her. His work still matters. His body still matters. His discipline still matters. His friendships, family, faith, creativity, business, and future still matter. He is not pretending to be busy just to create mystery. He is genuinely building something, and that makes him naturally harder to access. That is what makes women feel curiosity. She starts sensing that his time is not empty. His attention is not unlimited. His world has movement. If she wants to be close to him, she is not entering the life of a man waiting to be chosen. She is entering the life of a man who is already going somewhere. And that creates respect before he even explains himself, because purpose gives masculine energy gravity. It tells her, I can enjoy you, but I will not lose myself for you. And that balance is rare. A man with no purpose chases attention because he needs it to feel alive. But a man with purpose makes his attention valuable because his life already has meaning without her approval. Section 3. Emotional control that makes him hard to manipulate. The third thing high-value men use to attract women is emotional control that makes them hard to manipulate. Not because they are cold, heartless, or impossible to feel, but because they do not allow every mood, silence, test, or emotional shift to pull them out of their center. This is one of the strongest forms of masculine attraction, because many men become weak the moment a woman changes her energy. She replies late, and he panics. She becomes cold, and he chases. She tests his patience, and he explodes. She gives him attention, and he becomes too excited. she pulls it away, and he loses his confidence. In other words, his emotions are being controlled by her behavior. A high-value man is different. He can feel attraction without losing self-command. He can feel disappointment without becoming dramatic. He can feel desire without becoming desperate. He can notice distance without begging for reassurance. His emotions exist, but they do not drive the car. And that makes him powerful because a woman can sense when a man is emotionally stable enough to handle intensity without becoming reactive. This is where female psychology becomes interesting. A woman may not always say she is testing you, but she will often notice how you respond under pressure. Do you become insecure when she does not give instant validation? Do you start proving yourself when she becomes less available? Do you get angry when you do not get the reaction you wanted? Or do you remain calm, respectful, and grounded? That response tells her more about your value than any words ever could. Emotional control creates attraction because it makes a man feel safe and strong at the same time. Safe because he will not explode over every little thing. Strong because he will not collapse just to keep her close. He can be kind without being weak. He can be patient without being passive. He can walk away without becoming cruel. So if you want to attract like a high-value man, master your reactions. Do not let beauty make you lose discipline. Do not let silence make you lose peace. Do not let desire make you abandon your standards. Because the man who reacts to everything becomes easy to control. But the man who controls himself becomes difficult to forget. Section 4. Standards that make his warmth feel earned. The fourth thing high-value men use to attract women is standards that make their warmth feel earned. Because a man can be kind, generous, respectful, and emotionally open, but if he gives the same level of warmth to every kind of behavior, his warmth starts losing value. If she treats him well, he is warm. If she ignores him, he is still warm. If she disrespects his time, he is still available. If she gives low effort, he still gives full attention. And without realizing it, he teaches her that there is no difference between respecting him and taking him for granted. A high-value man does not do that. He is not rude. He is not bitter. He is not trying to punish women. He simply understands that access to his best energy is connected to respect. If a woman brings honesty, effort, maturity, and good energy, he meets her with presence. But if she brings confusion, arrogance, games, or disrespect, he does not chase her back into balance. He adjusts. He becomes calmer. He becomes less available. He lets his standards speak through behavior instead of long speeches. This is powerful because women feel the difference between a man who is kind from strength and a man who is kind from fear. Kindness from fear says, "I will keep giving because I am afraid you will leave." Kindness from strength says, "I can give, but I will not give myself away." That difference changes everything. One feels needy, the other feels rare. A man with standards does not need to announce, "I know my worth." He shows it by how he moves. He does not reward disrespect with more effort. He does not turn mixed signals into a challenge. He does not allow beauty to make him forget his boundaries. He can admire a woman without letting her treat his attention like something cheap. And that is what creates respect. She begins to understand that his warmth is real, but not automatic. His interest is present, but not desperate. His time is available, but not for games. His heart is open, but not unguarded. Because the man with no standards becomes easy to use, but the man with calm standards becomes difficult to lose. Section 5. Mystery that comes from privacy, not performance. The fifth thing high-value men use to attract women is mystery that comes from privacy, not performance. Because many men misunderstand mystery. They think being mysterious means acting cold, hiding everything, replying late on purpose, pretending not to care, or creating confusion just to make a woman chase. But that kind of mystery is weak because it is still built around her reaction. It is not real depth. It is just a strategy. And women can usually feel when a man is trying to look mysterious instead of actually being a man with an inner world. A high-value man is mysterious because he does not reveal everything too quickly. He has layers. He has a life that is not constantly displayed. He has thoughts he does not immediately explain, goals he does not need to announce, emotions he does not hand to everyone, and standards he does not keep repeating like a slogan. He can be open, but not overexposed. He can be warm, but not emotionally naked too early. He can share, but he does not turn every conversation into a desperate attempt to be understood. This creates attraction because a woman feels there is more to discover. She does not feel like she has consumed the whole man after one conversation. She senses depth behind his calmness. She senses that his silence is not emptiness, but control. She senses that his life has private rooms she cannot enter without trust, respect, and real connection. And that makes his presence more interesting than the man who throws his whole story, pain, and desire at her too soon. The mistake most men make is that they reveal too much because they fear losing her attention. They explain everything. They confess too early. They share too much emotion before she hasn't earned that access. They think openness will create closeness, but sometimes it removes tension before attraction has time to breathe. A high-value man lets connection unfold with rhythm. He gives enough truth to feel real, but enough space to remain intriguing. He does not perform mystery. He protects his depth. Because the man who reveals everything too fast becomes easy to read. But the man who carries private depth becomes a story she wants to keep discovering. Section 6. Social proof that does not need to be announced. The sixth thing high-value men use to attract women is social proof that does not need to be announced. Because a man becomes more attractive when it is clear that his value is recognized by the way he moves through the world, not by the way he brags about it. Many men try to prove they are wanted. They talk about how many women like them. They mention their options. They flex their lifestyle. They try to make a woman jealous by showing that other people want their attention. But that kind of social proof often feels insecure because it is too loud. It looks like a man begging her to believe he is important. A high-value man does not need to do that. His social proof is quiet. It shows in the way people respect him. It shows in the way he carries himself in public. It shows in the way he has friendships, discipline, reputation, skills, and a life that exists beyond chasing women. He is not isolated in emotional hunger. He has a world. He has people who value him. He has responsibilities. He has energy that tells a woman, I am not waiting alone for someone to give me meaning. This creates attraction because women often notice how a man is received by the world around him. Does he seem respected? Does he treat people well? Does he move with calm authority? Does he have healthy connections? Does he look like a man who belongs somewhere, or a man desperately trying to be accepted? These details matter because attraction is not only built in private conversation, it is also built by the feeling that this man has value outside the moment he is sharing with her. But here is the key. Real social proof should never feel like a performance. Do not mention other women to make her jealous. Do not pretend to be busy to seem desired. Do not use people as props for your ego. That is weak. Instead, build a real life. Become respected in your circle. Develop skills. Create discipline. Be someone people trust. Be someone who brings value into rooms. When your life has weight, you do not have to announce that you are valuable. People feel it. And when a woman feels that others respect you, while you are still calm, humble, and self-controlled, your attractiveness rises naturally. Because now your confidence does not look imaginary. It looks grounded in reality. A man with fake social proof tries to convince her he is desired. But a high-value man simply lives in a way that makes his value obvious, without needing to say it. Section 7. Presence that makes her feel seen without being worshipped. The seventh thing high-value men use to attract women is presence that makes her feel seen without being worshipped. This is a rare balance because most men fall into one of two traps. Either they are too detached, acting like giving attention makes them weak, or they become too intense, treating every beautiful woman like she is a prize they must impress. But a high-value man knows how to give a woman his full attention in the moment without making her feel like his entire world depends on her response. Presence is different from attention. Attention can be cheap. Any man can stare, compliment, text, react, or chase. But presence has depth. It means when you speak to her, you are not trying to perform. You are actually there. You listen. You notice details. You respond with intention. You do not rush to fill every silence. You do not make the conversation feel like an audition. You give her the feeling that she is being understood, not consumed. And this is powerful because many women are used to men who either objectify them or overplease them. One man only sees her beauty. Another man puts her on a pedestal. But the high-value man sees her as a person. He can admire her without becoming needy. He can listen without becoming submissive. He can make her feel special without making himself feel smaller. That combination creates emotional safety and attraction at the same time. This is where female psychology responds deeply. A woman wants to feel noticed, but she does not want to feel like your identity collapses around noticing her. She wants to feel desired, but not pressured. She wants to feel valued, but not worshipped. When your presence carries calm, masculine control, she feels comfortable enough to open, but intrigued enough to respect you. So when you are with her, do not rush. Do not overtalk. Do not use compliments as currency. Let your attention be clean. Look at her with confidence, speak with calmness, and listen like a man who is not desperate to be liked. Make her feel seen, but never make her feel like her approval is your oxygen. Because the man who worships her becomes predictable. But the man who truly sees her while still standing in his own power becomes unforgettable. And now you understand what high-value men really use to attract women. It is not a magic line. It is not a fake personality. It is not manipulation, arrogance, or pretending not to care. It is a way of moving through life that makes a woman feel something rare. This man is complete before I arrive. He is not chasing me to fill a hole inside himself. He is not trying to impress me because he secretly doubts his worth. He is not giving me attention because he has nothing else going on. His energy has weight because his life has weight. That is the difference between ordinary attraction and high-value attraction. Ordinary men try to get chosen by doing more. More texting, more compliments, more proving, more explaining, more availability, more emotional investment before anything has been earned. But high-value men create attraction by being grounded. Their confidence is calm. Their purpose makes their attention valuable. Their emotional control makes them hard to manipulate. Their standards make their warmth feel earned. Their privacy creates mystery. Their social proof speaks without bragging. Their presence makes a woman feel seen without being worshipped. And their discipline makes their life feel stable. This is why women respond differently to a man like that. Because his energy does not feel hungry. It does not feel like pressure. It does not feel like he is trying to take something from her to feel complete. Instead, he feels like a man who already belongs to himself. And when a woman feels that, curiosity begins. She wants to know more. She wants to understand why he is not rushing, why he is not desperate, why his attention feels different, why his silence feels calm, why his confidence does not need applause. That is the power of high value. But remember this clearly. You do not become high value to control women. You become high value because your life deserves structure, respect, and direction. Attraction becomes a result, not the mission. When you build yourself only to get women, your energy still feels needy. But when you build yourself because you refuse to live below your potential, women feel that difference. They sense that your confidence is not a mask. Your standards are not a tactic. Your discipline is not a performance. Your presence is real. So stop trying to attract women by becoming louder. Become deeper. Stop trying to prove you are different. Move differently. Stop chasing attention. Build a life that makes your attention valuable. Stop begging to be chosen. Become the kind of man who chooses carefully. Because high-value men do not attract women by acting like every woman is the prize. They attract women by becoming men whose energy feels rare, whose presence feels strong, and whose life already has meaning before anyone joins it.